So when a company's just starting with a content marketing, what are some KPIs, basic KPIs that they could start with in order to start measuring, the effectiveness and success of their efforts?
Yeah, I think it sort of depends on the type of company and whether they're B2B or B2C or how they sort of track their actual business in the real world. But generally speaking, I think the best way to look at content programs is to say, do people care about it? Right? Is there proof of caring? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you can measure that just anecdotally. You don't have to necessarily have a whole complicated scheme. For an example, there's a company called Life Technologies. And Life Technologies is a major global manufacturer of scientific equipment. Mm-hmm. They have this great content program where they take their product catalog and they execute it as a series of YouTube videos that are chained together with annotations. So it's almost like a choose your own adventure, product catalog. Well, they can't necessarily track that back and say how many more beakers did we sell because of the YouTube product catalog. But instead, when all their customers are calling them and all their customers are telling their sales reps, we love this thing, that's proof that it's working. It's proof that people are paying attention, that they're caring. And especially when you're first time out, that's really the best you can do is say, look, let's come up with evidence that people care about this.
So if content marketing is a great way to show your brand personality, that's a great example. What are some other good examples of personality through content marketing?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned personality, Terry, because it's really important. I mean, one of the biggest problems today with content marketing is companies creating content that is fundamentally about themselves or about their products and services. And there's a name for that kind of content marketing. It's called a brochure. Mm-hmm. So what we always talk about, and what I talk about a lot in the book and in presentations, is this notion of marketing sideways, that the best content transcends the transaction. That it's not necessarily about your products and services per se, but it's about something that your customers care about that is related or tangential to what you actually offer, but isn't necessarily about your product. So one of my favorite examples that I talk about often is from Columbia Sportswear. And Columbia, of course, creates outdoor gear and jackets and hats and things like that. In fact, they outfitted some of the Canadian Olympic teams in the Winter Olympics in Sochi. And they have a mobile application called What Not to Do in the Greater Outdoors, KNOT. And it's actually an iPhone app and Android as well that shows you how to tie knots. Animated demos on your phone. So if you're camping or hanging off the side of a cliff, it's pretty useful, right? But they don't sell rope, right? Columbia's not in the rope business, but it's related enough to their brand and what they sell that if you are dialing that up on your phone, like, oh yeah, Columbia, it inserts their brand into your life in a way that otherwise they wouldn't be present.
Would it blow your mind if I told you we're in the middle of a content marketing demo right now?
See? It's meta.